just dancing to the music. I'm actually getting ready to make my own introduction for my channel. Like I said, I've got lots to do. So we're back. Here I am. What, 5 minutes later? Not very long. We're back to talk about, this shit show is like getting, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so messy. There's so much about it. It's messy. It's just like, I don't even know. I watch it with my mouth wide open because I'm kind of like, what is actually happening here? So we have, let's see, Eris and Cameron. These two. All right. And again, I did not cover last week's episode. I apologize. I promise to do better and do these weekly. Actually, I'm going to try to do them the day after they air because I know they're like fresh in my memory. Anyway, Eris and Cameron got married last week, and yay for them. I thought she looked really pretty and whatnot. I mean, here's kind of a y'all, I still have to insist that that the difference in the sizes of these men and women are blowing my mind because there's some little bitty dudes and apparently Amazon women, which is totally fine, but it's just a little bit shocking. So this is their wedding. This is a little shot of, the two of them kissing. And you can clearly tell that there is a very big difference in size. Like I said, no big deal. It's just that I can't put it together. They must be really short. Or the women are tall. So they had their little celebration after their wedding. As we know, last week, they finished what took, 2-3 episodes for that car chase between Monique and Derek to finally be done. That was messy. Yeah, that finally was done. And then we find out on this episode actually who it was, or at least one of the parties involved. Let's see, what else happened that was so significant last week? Big old fight between Skylar and what's his name? I don't know, dude from Ohio. That they're just a disaster waiting to happen. And then we have what's his name? We have Ashley and what is his name? Travis. Yeah. They got kicked out of their house. She originally, well, I'm just right here. They originally said it was because he's a felon and the guy who's renting the place did not want a felon living there. I don't think it was anything like that. And then there is a pregnancy scare between one of the couples, which we will discuss in a minute. Let's get back to Eris and Cameron. Okay. It got messy this week. So they are waking up, after their wedding, which I feel like they probably partied pretty hard because, she's like, nope. I'm not feeling up for it right now. So apparently, I always forget Cameron. Cameron is the guy, right? Yes, Cameron wanted to go and visit with his family, have a nice little visit with the family and hang out, to have some food, which it turns out that that's not mostly what they had. There wasn't much food involved. If y'all watch the show at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I feel her right here. I mean, she had a wedding last night. They were probably up really late. This girl has no desire to go and hang out with his family and party some more. But it's cool. Go do your thing. He apparently did not feel the same way because he is living it up. By the way, don't y'all love those little tiny shot cups? Those little like solo cups? And they're for shots. Okay, I need to find where they have those because I need those in my life. I don't do very many shots, but when I do, I need one of these little red solo cups to do it in. It just looks like it would be so much better. I don't know. I'm impressed. But yeah, you got little man Cameron over here who, what does his shirt say? What does that say? Something, summon, let's summon demons. Well, I think that would be your family. No, I'm just kidding. This guy has some issues, y'all. He has some issues. And when I say issues, I'm talking about he likes to drink a lot. Which, if you remember, he literally just got out of jail. He did a little 30 days or whatever in jail because he could not wait 2 weeks to get out of the halfway house to drink. Which, if you recall, they check them when they come in with the little breathalyzer, and boom, he was drinking, he was drunk, and did stupid stuff. Well, most people that are in prison do stupid stuff. Some learn from it, some not so much. So we got little short man here, Cameron. Sorry, I'm gonna call you little short man because you are. Partying with the family, and they're like, "Where's the wife?" This is his welcome home party, by the way. Want to know where his wife is? Why she did not show up to support? And she said, "Look, I just didn't feel up to it." And they're like, "Oh my God, your wife didn't show up. What? Why is your wife not here? Huh? Sorry, y'all. I'm doing my own little replay. I'm just like, wait, give the girl a minute. She's probably tired. She has a kid that she has to get back to Florida because that's where they live. And they're like, oh, well, if she can't even show up for this like little house, this come welcome home party, what is she going to do when you move all the way to Florida and she doesn't feel like being, doing these things with you? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, come on. It's one day. The family's not going anywhere. She's probably going to be there for a little bit longer. I don't blame her. I guarantee you she had a hangover. And this boy was having some hair of the dog. Okay. There's no doubt about it. Drinking like a fish. Okay. He is going to end up back in trouble. I kind of see it coming. He's got this like little I don't care attitude, and that's not a good attitude to have. I found it interesting. They always jump so quickly to get married as soon as they get out of prison. Like, I'm going to marry you because, well, he lives in, where are they at? Hell, I don't even know. Probably Ohio. I'm just going to take a wild guess. I'm kidding. They might be in a different state, but it's probably Ohio. But in order for him to go to Florida, where she's at, they have to be married because the PO says, quote, you have to have a reason to go there. Well, a reason would be because his wife is there. But this man argued and fought with his family. And, okay, this was like, okay, dude, no. First of all, he took his ring off and left it on the table. Way to go, Cameron. Way to go. Am I getting the names right? Because I swear they both sound like boys and girls' names. They sound like, those names that can be used for either or. I'm telling y'all, bad with names. Either way, this dude, with his foot up on the table, after he already fell back, busted his ass, because he is drunk. This man is so far gone, he's wasted. I will guarantee you the next episode, which it doesn't really show these two, there's going to be an argument because she's already said no drinking, no heavy partying, nothing like that. And boom, he's going to go home wasted. It's not going to go well. And dude, if you don't go back home with that wedding band on, then you're even in more trouble. So yeah, let me tell you, don't take that wedding band off. Once that girl puts it on, it is meant to remain. Okay? Don't take your wedding bands off. Men, women, whoever you may be. If you're married, keep your ring on. I don't know what the deal is with this guy, but he's got issues. He's just got issues. I don't know. Something about him bugs me. Then we have, well, this is a really short one because we have these two. Okay. So Nathan and Skylar, wow, they are so toxic. This has to be it's not the most toxic relationship I've seen on Love After Lockup, but it's right on up there in the top 5, I'm sure. Yeah, this is not going to go well. It turns out when they got into their big argument last week, apparently Nathan got mouthy. I did not catch this, y'all, because they bleep it out. So I wasn't sure what he was saying. I mean, because I never would have said that's okay, because that's not okay. But WeTV says they apologize to viewers for an offensive and unacceptable reference used by a cast member on a recent episode of Love After Lockup, which was the previous episode. We are truly sorry and have removed the reference from the episode in question. Now, I have that recorded, so I'm going to actually go in and verify that and make sure that's correct. But we shall see. It was, let's just say it was derogatory towards a certain race. And I'm like, what is your problem? Why would you do that? I don't understand. It made no sense to me. It was just tacky. The whole thing was tacky. This guy has issues anyway because he was all pissy and mad about, her taking a phone call, which I kind of can understand that. They were on a date, their first official date, and what does she do? She is taking a FaceTime phone call, by the way, not just a phone call, an actual FaceTime. I'm like, girl, you're on a date. You don't do that on a date. So there's just so many issues between these two. And here's the other thing I was going to bring up. They're both addicts, okay? I get that. But like, they were both drinking heavily that night. I mean, maybe not heavily in someone else's eyes, but one bottle of wine per person. Let me tell you something. I've had a bottle of wine before, and you feel pretty buzzed after that. Addicts are not supposed to drink. They're not supposed to have alcohol, any type of substance, period. And okay, y'all might want to argue with me over this one, but even Mary Jane, no. Sorry, you're not sober if you're smoking. That's not sober. Sober means free of everything. Alcohol, substances, weed, any of that. That's my opinion. You can fight me on it if you want. It's okay. You can come for me. I can handle it. But in my opinion, that's not sober. Because you're not sober. You're just taking one thing and abusing another, which, I mean, I get it. It's technically, you can't get addicted. But psychologically, yes, you can. So then we had this situation between these two. They're supposed to show up for filming. My bad. So they did not show up for filming. You've got the mother along with production, and you can tell that this woman goes through a lot with Skylar. A lot. And my heart really goes out to this mom because you can tell that she has been put through the ringer with this daughter. Like her going to prison, the addiction issues, so many things. And it looks like her mom, and the brother really seemed to care about her and gave her a good life. So then that begs to, makes you wonder a little bit, like, did it really help that she seemed to have, grown up in a very nice atmosphere with, a family who truly loves her? Even that sometimes does not stop addiction. Like once you start, you can't stop. And anybody who's had addiction issues knows that it's a slippery slope. I mean, it really is. I have never had trouble with addiction. I know some people who have, and it's very difficult to maintain your sobriety when you're fighting that every single day. I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I mean, I try to understand it. It must be difficult. So they can't get in touch with these two. It's been hours and they're knocking on doors trying to get them, and they're calling their phones consistently. They're not answering. I was all, oh my gosh. The first thing that went through my head, just like this mother sitting there with doing this, is that they relapse. That's the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, is she somewhere off doing God knows what? I hope not. I really, really hoped not. And seeing the condition she was in when she finally did show back up, I don't think that was the case. So it looks like they finally decided 4 hours later they were able to be reached. They claimed that their phones were either turned off or they weren't charged, or I don't know what their situation was. Either way, I feel like they were lying about it. I'm going to be honest. Straight up think they were lying. Don't really know what they were up to. So production gets in the car with Nathan, and the very first thing he's like, hey man, like what happened? We've been trying to reach you, blah, blah, blah. His first response is, I've been fighting with Skylar. Well, no shit. You always fight with Skylar. This is not new. You can tell this relationship is never going to work. That is my opinion. That's what I'm here for, is to give that opinion. And I don't think that they're ever going to make it, no matter what they do. I just don't see it happening. They're not a good, strong couple, and they're not good for each other. They're just not. Now, she gets out of the truck, slams the door, never says a word to Nathan. Skylar's like goes in with her mom. Look at this house. Like, this is a beautiful house. You can tell she grew up in a really nice, what looks to be a nice family atmosphere. And of course she's telling her mom, we were just arguing from the night before. Like, how do you have an argument that goes on for a solid, 12, 14, 16 hours? Like, at some point you need to just shut up and call it a day and figure out that this is not going to work. Am I right? Because that's the only thing I got to say about that, is it's just not going to work. She did question Skylar, and I 100% understand why. If, she had a problem with a potential relapse and she says no. And I kind of believe her. I believe her. I think they didn't seem like they had been under the influence of any type of substance or, alcohol or anything like that. They seemed, other than pissed off, fine. These two, I have literally, I have below zero hope for them. That's where I stand. None. I've got nothing for these two. Nothing at all. Now, we have this couple. Do I have their picture up here? I don't think I do. That's the only couple I don't have a picture of. We have Justine. I cannot believe I don't have their picture. We all know what they look like. All right. We've got Justine and, oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. That's going to bother me. Oh my gosh, it's seriously going to drive me crazy. I should write these names down so to make sure I don't screw them up right now. So, okay, this bothered me a little bit. All right, the two of them, of course, we knew they were very heavily into the activities. Read between the lines. The minute that he got home. And my first thought on that was get to know each other outside of prison before you start trying to make babies with each other. And boom. That's it. Thank you, Mod143. It is Michael. Thank you. Such an easy name. And I've known a gazillion of them throughout my lifetime. I swear, I thought I was on my game today, but clearly I'm not. I've got some stuff going on personally that's just kind of, bothering me a little bit right now. But yeah, so anyway, she's like, oh my gosh, because he's like, oh, I cannot believe this. And she's like, is that a good reaction or a bad one? She goes, I don't know. And girl, if you're pregnant or not. How many kids does she have? 4 or 3 or 4? She's got several and he's got several. They know when somebody's knocked up, okay? This girl knew she was pregnant. She didn't feel good. She probably gained a little bit of weight in the tummy area. That usually happens when you're pregnant. I don't really have a problem with them getting pregnant, except for now they're going to have 8 children to take care of it. Lord help them, okay? More power to them, except for this guy says, and I quote, okay? Let me tell you. He says he is going to make a living off of, wow, I just turned orange. I'm sorry. Off of his music. And as soon as he gets his first big hit, boom, he's just going to become the man. They will never have to worry about money again. All right, cool, Michael. Um, and I don't want Justine to work. Oh, hell no. That's when I would have said, no, no, no. You don't tell me what I do with my life. I get it. She has children. He doesn't like to stay home with them, clearly. They seem like they cause a little ruckus. I mean, they're kids. They're going to. But I thought, she said, oh, this is not a good time for me to quit my job, blah, blah, blah. And I 100% agree with that, except for here she is going, yeah, I want to let you know that I'm going to be resigning. I was shocked. I said, girl, you're doing what? Are you kidding me? So you're pregnant, you need health insurance, and now you're going to quit your job. Perfect. Sounds like a perfect plan for a really idiotic couple. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't with these two. Because this boy that thinks he's going to feed his family and take care of her by making this, one-time hit that's going to just make him millions of dollars is probably not going to happen. I'm sorry. I don't really have a whole lot of faith in that. And I do not know if I mentioned this in the last live because I wasn't sure if I even really knew about it. But his shoes that he is, designing, he's not designing them. He might be picking out the colors and adding on that little whatever logo. I think I did mention it in my last live. $8. He's charging $999 online. For those of you who are buying those crappy ass shoes, which by the way look like crap, for $999, you're getting ripped off $991. So yeah, I could do my math. Just don't. I'm not going to promote that crap. I'm like, dude, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. You are knowingly screwing people out of a lot of money because a lot of people are going to be like, ooh, wow, these are cool. I mean, he designed them himself, right? Montana Mills. That's his stage name he goes by. Montana Mills. That I can remember, but I couldn't remember Michael. This is great. Maybe that's why, because it like stuck in my head. But, what? No, don't. I'm sorry. If y'all want to buy the shoes, go for it. That's up to y'all. But my personal opinion is, I wouldn't do it. All right, we have this couple, Ashley and Travis. Oof, man. I'm telling you what, this is a rough season. Nothing seems to be going very well for any of them. Ashley, I'm not sure what her situation is. I'll be honest. First of all, she lives outside of her means. I mean, way outside of her means, which if I have to admit, the last couple, Michael, absolutely does the same. I feel like, and speaking of them, and I'm just going to say this, and I could be totally wrong, but given the fact that he is so comfortable with not really having money come in, makes me think he had a lot of money put back from his little business. Now, y'all catching what I'm throwing out there? Because I think you do. Everybody knows what he was doing. Anyway, we got this couple here, and this guy talks about to Ashley at one point, he's just like, oh, because look at what he went in for. Armed bank robbery. 13 years, okay? She's a fine jewelry purveyor, which, okay, we're going to find out in a minute where she goes to look for jewelry. But this guy says, oh, yeah, he was like, we just went in. I was looking for money for drugs. I can't say the word because they'll like ding me. And he didn't have any money, so he just last minute decision thought, let me just go in and rob this bank. Oh, and that poor teller, hey Minnie, that poor teller was like shaking and scared and no shit, Sherlock. I have been robbed in a bank as a teller, and let me tell you right now, it's not fun, and it terrorized me. I literally had PTSD for months over that. Then I got a daughter with cancer and everything changed there because I'm like, okay, well, forget about this guy. But the weird thing is that y'all, when I went back to work, which was a little over a year after my daughter got sick, went back to work at a different location, but the same manager. And she comes to get me one day and she goes, Susie, she was like, you have the FBI here to see you. And I was like, ugh, what did I do? And I'm sitting here, my brain is like going like crazy. And I'm thinking, did I do something? I don't remember it. Like, what could I have possibly done that has brought the FBI here to see me today? Because you got to remember, this is like a month. This is like year and maybe 3 months after I had taken a leave of absence. And I thought, oh, dear Lord, let's see what's going on. And they came and they took me in this little room. And he goes, do you remember when you got robbed? And I said, oh, yeah, I remember that pretty well. Well, and they said, if we have a lineup, can you pick out the guy if we show you, pictures? And I said, oh, I'm pretty positive I can remember that face anywhere. Just like I bet the person that he robbed can definitely remember his face. Except for I think he might have had a mask. It doesn't matter. There's certain things you just don't forget. So they show me this lineup and boom, I picked the guy and they were like, okay, we just need verification. He got arrested for something else. And we were pretty sure that that was him, given, the really grainy pictures or like the video at that time. Because you got to remember, this is 22 years ago. Video was not great back then, especially in that old bank. But sure enough, it was him. Boom. Not only was he arrested for what he got in trouble for, but they tacked on the bank robbery charge. Thank you very much, FBI, for doing your job. Appreciate it. And I was kept up to date for a very long time as to where he was. It was weird. I would get these random letters saying, this person is now here for however long. I think, oh, this guy must be trouble. They just keep transferring him. So I don't know. Hey, girls. Welcome, welcome. So this couple here, I do not know. Like, did she spend all of her money? Okay, let me tell you something. This car this girl is driving, I want to say she's driving either a Mercedes. Looks like a Mercedes. I'm pretty sure it is. And it is an expensive one. Okay, look inside this car. Oh my. Okay, well, that was a good stopping point. The panoramic, like, top on it, that is, wow. Okay, she got all the extras in this car. Okay, this car payment is, I can't even tell you, it's probably easily $800 a month. Like, for some people, that's what they pay for rent. I don't know where. If y'all find out who is getting rent for $800 a month, let me know where, and probably would never want to move there because it's probably not a great area. I'm not even lying, y'all. But see, he says, I'm saying I don't want us to look like trash. Okay, and this particular part of the show, these two are arguing about going to buy candles for Travis's mom. Well, after a decade, you don't just show up to a person's house. Oh, is it a lease, Minnie? Well, she's probably going to lose that really quickly because if the girl can't afford to stay in her house, I highly doubt she can afford that car because even if it's a lease, it's still expensive. But they're arguing over, he takes her to this like specialized shop. Excuse me, Bath and Body Works has them for like what, $15 or whatever for those like big old candles. I don't know if it was necessarily like the most personalized gift. I mean, it was a nice thought. Wouldn't one have just been fine? Why you got to get one from her, one from him, and one from both? You making your point with one candle. You don't need 3. And what was the price? If I recall, the total, as a matter of fact, I have it right here, was $85.86. Excuse me. You see that look on her face? I had the same look. I was like, wait, no, honey, it was 3 candles for $80. I'm just like, what the hell kind of candles are these? Is there gold in them? Like, I'm so confused. There's no way they could be that fantastic. And sorry, but if I found out somebody spent $80 on some candles for me, I'd be like, go get your money back. You're going to need it. I mean, hello, you're at my front doorstep asking for a place to stay. Go get your money back. Right? She got screwed. Look at her face. She's like, oh shit, I don't have that kind of money. I just remembered he doesn't have any extra money on his card. Like, oh, lordy, what am I going to do now? Honestly, I thought that this was just weird. weird. And I know that the show, like, sometimes we won't call it scripted as much as we will. They sort of throw things in there to make it a little bit more, dramatic, or whatever, because she ended up going out to the car literally searching for change for these really expensive candles. It's wax, for God's sake. It's wax. Jesus. Don't even get me started, y'all. Didn't she have some piece of jewelry she could have? Well, it was a guy. Remember, it was a guy. And she does have her jewelry. Oh, she has her jewelry. I hope I got this screenshot, because this was what surprised me. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so here they are. They show up at Mom's house. With the candles, because you got to have those candles, okay? And apparently it turns out that Ashley has spoken to Travis's mom, like, over the phone and whatnot, kind of getting to know each other, so on and so on. Well, somebody has, okay, y'all don't kill me when I say this, but somebody has compared this couple to Clint and Tracy. Is it because he's a mama's boy? I don't know. Because, Ashley, I don't think has any sort of addictions that I'm aware of. She does cry a lot. So maybe she drinks a lot. I don't know. I'm really not sure. She drives, so I'm assuming not. But yeah, they are being compared to, they're going to be the next, apparently, Clint and Tracy. I don't know. Maybe if I see the mama's boy thing a little bit, but not so much. I don't think we're ever going to hear MF and crack come out of his mouth. I don't know. You never know. It could. Weirder things have happened. Okay, so we got this girl who, by the way, okay, look at this apartment. Look, first of all, she says this is the worst off that she's ever been. Like, she was making really good money with, her jewelry business, gems, whatever you want to call it. And then after COVID, after C-19, right, exactly, Minnie. She was fun. Tracy was fun. I loved her. Tracy was, I loved watching her. She was a trip. She was funny. She just had an outgoing personality. God rest her soul. I really liked Tracy a lot. I think she was a sweetheart. She had a good heart. Like, I liked her. And I'm not saying that this girl doesn't have a good heart, but I really can't tell, like, what she's up to. She seems like she's up to no good. I don't know. This I thought was weird, though. Okay, so she is like showing her rings to the mother. Okay, and I went, and she grabbed the ring, the temporary ring. Okay, that was allegedly in place for like an engagement ring, which is a little bit weird because we know he didn't buy it because he has no money. And then the mother says, "Oh, look, it fits me. I'll hold on to it until I decide whether or not I like you." And I thought, what? Okay, I get it. Ashley's a little bit strange and she's very emotional and she's very interesting. All right. I was just going to say interesting. I'll be nice. But no, girl, you'd be giving me my ring back. You wouldn't be putting it on your finger till like you like me. No, ma'am. No, I wouldn't play that game. So it is pretty clear that he is a mama's boy. However, how often did mama visit? And how much did she help financially when he was in prison? That I'd like to hear because I'm kind of curious. However, I do see that she's kind of making up for it a little bit. Like, look at this place. It doesn't really show it here. You can't really see it that well. But I mean, her basement for them to live in is nice. I mean, excuse me, but if I'm forced to live somewhere with a parent or whatever, and I get a place as nice as this one, I'm on it because this, I think, is a really nice place. So they should be set, but she doesn't want to be underneath the wing of his mother. And I kind of get that a little bit, but girl, you're broke and he has no job. So take what you can get. So she tries to go and do her thing, doing her, y'all, I cannot. She's going to go find some gems. All right. So what does she do? She goes to a thrift store. Yeah, that's my face. That's the face I have for that. Have y'all ever gone into a thrift store or a Goodwill and found fine jewelry? Straight up, fine jewelry. She asked him, she said, "Do you have any fine jewelry?" He said, "Well, I think if I did, I probably would not be working here." She's like, "Well, I'm looking at, like these types of pieces and do you have platinum, gold?" But I'm thinking, girl, it's a thrift store, for God's sake. You paid $2 for a shirt in this place. I highly doubt that somebody threw away their really good platinum and gold jewelry. Just saying. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, we got our hands full with this one. She is about as dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, I'm sorry. She's this poor girl. She needs help. She needs help. Hey, but at least they have a nice place to stay. But don't ever hit up a thrift store and ask them for fine jewelry, please. Because the chances of you finding it there are not high. Not even a little bit. No. I laughed. I laughed so hard. I had to go back and look at that a few times, and I was like, that's a thrift store? Like, are you kidding? And you tell them by looking at it. I mean, if y'all give away your stuff, are you going to throw your good jewelry in there, like your Tiffany's and your really expensive, gems and stuff? You're just going to throw them in a bag and be like, yo, here you go, Goodwill or thrift store. Take my goodies. No, that's not where my jewelry goes. Lord have mercy. I tell you, I'm just like all involved in this one. All right. We have another couple who, by the way, I actually think might be the only couple that makes it. And I never thought I would say this. Okay. I really, really didn't. I was like, no. This is never going to work because I don't have a picture of them either, but I do have some pictures of them. Monique and Derek. I thought, you know what? I think he's just using her. I think the minute he gets out of prison and he gets what he wants, he's going to be like, toodles, bye. This man fights for his woman. He takes up for her. He's like, don't talk about her like that. She's a good girl. I really love her. I'm all, And by the way, he has went and looked at rings. He has picked out a ring for her. I'm impressed. Okay. I know, right, Minnie? I saw that. I am so excited for her. I don't know if y'all follow her or not, but she has lost a lot of weight. She looks really good. Like, kudos to her because, I hope she's doing it for herself. Maybe she's doing it for him too, but I really hope she's doing it for herself primarily because you got to love yourself before somebody can love you and, all that good jazz. And I understand I'm getting all deep here, but it's a fact. If you don't love yourself, other people are going to look at you and be like, she has no confidence. However, she seemed confident with herself. I mean, maybe a little low in self-confidence, but this girl does not feel bad wearing anything that she wears. It does not bother her. And if people don't like it, she doesn't care. And good for her. Good for her. But I like them. No, he's a little bitty guy too. Okay. He's a little bitty. She's big and tall. I get it. She stands over him, like towers over him. When they show the car, every time I see them in the car together, I'm like, he looks like a little bitty guy over there. And she's like, a little bigger. It's funny. Sorry. Anyway, he decided to take a day and turn his location off, which, oopsie, might not should have done that. But that's okay. I'll give him this out because even though I did notice that his family was trying to talk smack about them. Yeah. And yeah, it's true, Minnie. That's true. If she was confident, she wouldn't be tracking him all the time. But she didn't seem to be like, confrontational with him, like in a mean way. I did find that she, kind of kept her cool about it. Yeah. And I can see she probably is tracking him a little bit because she's like, I have invested a lot in this guy, and I do not want him going back to prison. I don't blame her for that a little bit. Okay, I'll give her a little bit of an out. Two, I mean, these sisters have made it very clear they don't like her. So for him hanging out with them, it's probably not the best influence, given that they literally hate this girl. Of course, she should have never argued back. I will say this on Monique's part. Girl, if somebody starts talking smack to you on social media, just ignore it. Ignore, block, go on about your business. Ignore them. He loves you. That's all that matters. The family doesn't have to. And, they're saying that she's being disrespectful, and I don't know. I think it's bad on both sides. To be honest, I think they both should have kept their mouth shut. If they don't like her, they don't approve of her, whether it be her attitude or her weight or whatever, don't say it. It's just mean. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, whose friends jumped? Oh, wait, wrong one. It just popped up on my screen up here. Whose friends jumped who? I'm trying to figure out, like, what? So Monique's friends jumped them, or their friends jumped her? Because, he was being followed, and I forgot to mention this. When he was being followed, he came in and said, oh, hey, I have been talking to Monique's jumped the sister. Oh, shut up. Seriously? Ooh, I did not know this information. Breaking news. We just found out. Whoops. Apparently. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, she really does not like them, right? But he admitted to having a conversation with a CO who, that's a big no-no. I mean, he can talk to whoever he wants, but the CO should have never crossed that line and been talking to. Now, he wasn't in her prison, but still, like, come on, girl, you know better, and you know what these guys are kind of like for the most part. However, I do think Derek is a somewhat stand-up guy, considering the fact that, he did time in prison. It is what it is. He did have a lot of girls sending him nice videos. Yikes. And he even called one of them a fat ASS, and I was like, dude, hello. What is wrong with you? Don't do that. I don't know. No. Anyways, he spent the day with his family. Kudos, good for him. He did let him know, don't talk badly about her. Not cool. I think, let's see here. Yeah, here's what I caught her with her eyes closed. My bad. I didn't know that. Wow, Minnie, you always have the goods. I get it. She's trying to make sure he's okay. I kind of see both sides here. I really do. I see both sides. I think she's just looking out for him. But yeah, she's being a little controlling too. But then again, he was talking to other women, so maybe her instincts were a little bit right. However, they are very close. Like, they've had this big photo shoot done, and it's kind of nice. Like, I like it. They look really cute together. I don't know. They might turn out to be the strongest couple out of all this, which would, to be honest, would be shocking to me. It would be shocking. Worse things have shocked me. I did like where they went and visited the mom's grave, which I don't know if y'all know this or not, but his mother was on an episode of either 48 Hours or one of the, true crime channels. And they did discuss the incident that took place. I know I had to be careful about the way I word it. With his mom. As y'all know, there was a weapon charge, fired, and she was in the line of it, and she didn't survive. So I think he said he was like 9 when his mother passed. I'm not sure. So he didn't, and he was close to her. So he missed a lot of years with her, and that's very sad. I did like this, little family unity here around the mother's grave. I would like to see more of that and less of the fighting. Honestly, that's just my opinion. But yes, that's exactly what it was. 48 hours. I knew it was one of them. 48 hours or Dateline. Yeah, it was 48 hours. Episode 15, season 3. Okay, girl, how do you know this stuff? Y'all, I have a human encyclopedia in here. I kid you not. If y'all would like to go and look, Minnie knows it all. Minnie is I'm telling you, she is brilliant. I love it when I get Minnie in here. She's got all the facts and deeds all the time. She knows all. I'm not kidding. She literally is like a human encyclopedia. I don't know how you do it. Right? You know all. I love it. I love it. Well, you're keeping everybody informed here because I didn't know the exact season and episode. My bad. Oopsie. Good on you though. You did, Minnie. I have one last picture here, which is where, I mean, let's face it, she was like a little bit upset over the fact that he, didn't have his location turned on and whatnot. Honestly, I do kind of I have my location turned on and I'm not even married or whatever, but it's because, to be safe and whatnot if I'm out and about. So she asked, like, what time did you get in? He goes, like, a little after 11. We don't know for sure because they didn't really show that. And he said you were sound asleep. I didn't want to wake you. And she must have been sound asleep to not hear him even come in the door. I'm guessing he was pulling one of those little tiptoe across the room and, like, shh, very quiet situation. I've done that before. Like, shh, I don't want to get busted. But yeah, I mean, I can see both sides. I didn't know she did that though, Minnie. That's not nice. Okay, I do like them, but don't send people to beat up on other people. That's not cool. Don't do that. I do not entertain that whatsoever. Like, no. Let's don't beat up on people. Okay, that's a no. Monique, bad girl. Bad girl. She probably did not even listen to me. He is a little doesn't make much noise. I'm telling you, these men are so damn small this season. I'm like, y'all some little short people. Short people. They're about my height. I'm only 5'4". Wait, and a half. Let me get the half in there because it does count. If I was a guy and I was talking about a certain part of my body and I didn't include that half, they would be like, oh no. Ooh, wait a minute. No, it just made me think of something. I'm watching a show currently on Netflix called You. If y'all have not watched this show and you like really demented stuff, watch it. If you've never watched one season, start on season 1. Season 4 just came out, and I don't like the way they did this. Season 4 came out, and half of it they're going to show us now, and the other half of season 4 comes out in a month. I'm like, why? I want to watch it all in one night, But okay, I get it. But if y'all want your mind literally blown, watch this show because it is you think YouTube is insane? I'm not lying. This show has YouTube streets beat. It's wow. And you probably are wondering how I got there from what I just said. It's because a phallic shape was shown on the show last night. Let's just put it that way. I was like, wait, what just happened? What did I just see? I'm sorry. I was just like, okay, this show is really stepping up its game. So this season for the Love After Lockup, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the last couple I just showed, which to be honest is my favorite, is probably the only one that's going to make it. I could be wrong. I thought I saw where somebody has said that Skylar and Nathan are still together. They've been seen recently, I guess. I mean, it is Ohio. It's somebody's state that we all know very, very well, and it's her state. Now, it is nobody else is allowed to live there, but these people do, and they've clearly been seen out and about. And my understanding is they're still together. So, I don't know about that. I would like to see, okay, if that's the case, show them on Life After. Oh, you know what? With that little incident that he had and his like little slip of the mouth, which tells me, dude, if you said that on national TV, you say that too easily. Okay. Don't do that. No. It makes me wonder if he's going to have a problem being on the show because of it. People might throw a little fit, but I have not seen anything about this particular incident. Has anybody seen it? Other than WeTV going, we apologize for what happened last week. They didn't say what was said because they can't. And I'm like, wait, what? I tried to look it up and couldn't find anything at that time. Now, maybe since the show, gave that piece of information, maybe people looked it up and they went, oh, he said that word. I'm just going to say it's the N word. Okay. And who is he talking to? There was nobody there, of color. There was no person of color. Like, who was he speaking to? It was weird. I don't know, y'all. I liked this guy at first, and then he made it really easy to not like him at all. I don't like him at all. I don't think she's much better. I think she's a spoiled brat. Sorry if you're ever watching my opinions, but I think you are. Your mama need to spank you a few more times. I'm just saying. And yes, I do believe in that. Spank your kids occasionally. Damn, make a mind. I'm one talking over here. My child is spoiled too. I don't even know why I said that. She's so spoiled. But we're trying. We're trying. All right. Well, anyways, I have kept this one. Okay, I kept it under an hour. That's good. I did all right. Hey, y'all, did y'all notice my new sign behind me? Check this out. Hold on. I can make it brighter. Ooh, that's like really bright. Oh, it doesn't even show up when I do that. Or I can make it like really dim, or I don't know what this thing does. Hold on. What does this do? I'm sitting here playing with it. So what have we found out? What we have found out is Ohio is racist. Many. Is that what you just learned from that? No, the guy is. I don't know about Ohio. Is the whole state racist? Oh my, jeez. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can read it there. You think the whole state is? Or the ones who do drugs? Well, eeks. It's a possibility. It is a possibility, Manny. I don't know. I got no skin in that game because that's not. She did use that word. You are 100% correct. Speaking of that, and I'm just going to I'm not going to throw this out there because then I'll give somebody the idea to do it. I don't want to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did I just figure something out here? Shut up. Did that just pop up on my... Hold on. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out. There's new stuff with StreamYard, and I'm playing right now. My bad. Yeah, I thought that. So I can see it on my screen. I did like pinned stuff that came up when y'all come in, and I don't see it showing up on my end. So it probably doesn't show up on your end. You're right. GB did use that word. But then again, Minnie, she uses a lot of words that don't make any sense at all. Literally no sense. It's just word vomit. Constant word vomit over and over and over. And I have finally decided that watching people K each other on Netflix is way more exciting than listening to this blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't even want to hear it. Yeah, but I'm thinking about doing like a little, I want to do an update. And since I have, let's see, Minnie knows everything. Corn's mom, who I haven't seen her around a little bit, knows a lot. She sends me a lot of information. And then if I can be nosy, I can do it. I'm capable. Trust me. We'll get a lot of stuff together. And I think I'm just going to do like a whole, like, where are they now situation. Let me know what y'all think in the description box or the comments below. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't really know where everybody is. Honestly, I'm going to have to go in and physically look every single person up to find out where they are, what they're doing. There's a few of them I kind of know how they ended up. Yeah. Let's just say one of them is still just as kooky as she's always been. Never going to be anything but just plain kooky. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, her initials are in these comments. I can't help it. Y'all know she's kooky. Come on. Anybody who listens knows. I don't get it why people are like, wait, but she's such a good person. No, she's not. No, she is not. And I don't care if the guy that she was with is a mama's boy. Cool. I mean, I would expect, I'm a mama's girl. I used to be. Well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But still, I love my mom. I depend on her. Not for money, but I mean, I depend on her for a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. If other people do, that's their opinion. That's their say. I don't feel that way. She wasn't on there. Absolutely true, Minnie. The only update we'll give is on him, which is perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine. Yeah, that's right. She wasn't on there. Oh, because they didn't invite her. Excuse me. You weren't invited, honey. Because they didn't want you on the show. Because you're drama. Smell drama. Like I can literally smell it from out. It's Ohio, and I can smell it from over here in Arizona. Like the minute I see this, like, oh, so and so is live, I'm oh my god, here comes the headache, because you know it's gonna be like she's gonna start a sentence, never complete it, or she's going to try to talk about someone and never say their name, and you're left sitting there wondering, going, what in the actual hell is she talking about? Do y'all do that? Because I sit there a lot of times, like these 11s get deeper every time I listen to her, because I'm all, what? That's my face the whole time I'm listening to her. So I've got to where I just don't anymore, because I give up trying to understand what is going on in that crazy head of hers. Sorry if that's the only word I can come up with. And on that, I'm going to end this live before it gets to an hour, because I've been on here for a long time and I'm hungry. It's been a long day. But thank you all for joining. Minnie, I need you to hit me up in my DMs, girl, because you got a lot of info. You are correct on that last comment, though. I didn't even think about that. All right, everybody, have a fabulous night. What time is it? 5:48. Ooh, look, it's early, and everybody can go do their thing and go eat dinner, because see, it's only 5:48 here, so it's dinner time. I know, you're welcome, my follower. I love Minnie. I love all you guys. Y'all are great. I am going to call this one a day, and I will be back before you know it, because actually, I have a surprise coming up. I'm not going to say what I'm going to cover, but there is something I'm going to cover that, ouch, it's going to be a little bit rough, but I'm going to cover it because it's harsh, and it's not a reality show, so I will let y'all know before I cover it out. It'll be on the description. Don't forget to hit the like. Everybody, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Bye.